Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time zone it is. I don't know, actually, because I've just been away. If you've missed me for a couple of weeks, I've been in Alaska. I had a beautiful holiday there. And I have to say to you, if you've not been to Alaska, and it's not on your bucket list, you really need to put it on there because it's the most beautiful place in the world. And it's also very peaceful. It's one to get in contact with nature, which we all need to do. It was fabulous because I didn't have internet connection. And last time I spoke very much about looking after yourself. And I certainly think that's one of the things we need to do is to have proper holidays. We don't necessarily have to go away, but we do need to not check emails, not ring in work to see what's going on, not have people calling you, because otherwise you don't get some proper downtime. And we all need that. We actually need that to recharge our energies and sort of align ourselves. So I'm a little bit out of sync. I've only been back a couple of days and I'm still not quite sure what time zone I'm in. My body should be in one time zone, but it's in another time zone. But it's always interesting coming back, and it's much harder coming back this way than it is actually going. When you go forward in the hours, it's not so bad. When you go back in the hours. Now I've lost the 8 hours when I came back because we're 8 hours ahead in the UK. It's been a challenge for me, but I'm getting there. So anyway, I'm back to work tonight. I haven't seen any clients yet this week that start back to work tomorrow, which I am looking forward to, and always as ever looking forward to seeing my clients. But anyway, going back to looking after yourself, please take proper breaks. Please take a proper holiday. I don't want to say throw the mobile phone out the door or out the window, but certainly want to say, keep it just to sort of personal stuff only. I was on this cruise and every day they delivered, or every evening they delivered an update on what was going on in Great Britain. And I never read it once. And so many people were saying to me, particularly Americans, Canadians, and others, Lesley, have you read your paper? And I went, no, because I don't want to know what's going on. I'm away from the country. I don't want to hear about the politics. I don't want to hear about who's not doing. I don't want to hear about wars, actually. I just wanted to just relax. So I didn't have a clue what was going on for 2 weeks and thoroughly enjoyed the fact that I didn't know what was going on. But I can recommend a break. Just as I say, it doesn't have to be, and not everybody's as privileged as I have been to be able to take a break for a couple of weeks and to that extent. However, even if you can only get a night away or even in a small bed and breakfast or an Airbnb or whatever, it will always do you the world of good. So I certainly feel better for it. Dave did say to me, Lesley, you can always do a show from Alaska. I went, no, I really think I just need a break. I've had a lot of changes in my life in the last 18 months. Not only have I lost my husband, I've moved house, been having stuff done to the house. Obviously, work's changed because of COVID and still continues to change all the time. And it was so nice to not think about any of those things and just think about me for once. So, I thoroughly enjoyed it and can recommend it. So I'm just waiting for some callers, but I am back to normal now. For anybody that does want appointments with me, there is literally nothing left this week. There's nothing left next week. There's very little left the week after. I think there's only a couple of appointments left. And then there's a few appointments going towards the end of July, but they do go very quickly, particularly as it comes up to payday in the UK, which is the end of the month. So often it's payday for people and they start to book up. Okay, I have Karen is it Alabama? Waiting for a call. Hello.
Yes, I did, Lesley. I called you for a friend of mine. She's right here. She's never done it before. Her name is Betty, and she needed to talk to you. Here she is. Hello.
Okay. Hello, Betty. How are you? It's Lesley. How can I help you?
Well, I just wanted a general reading.
Okay. When you say general, was there anything specific you wanted me to focus on? Because we have obviously limited time on the show, but was it like work, or was it home, or was it more about somebody that's passed? Where am I with you?
Well, I've just moved to my hometown where I was raised after 30 years, and I'm trying to get financially stable and I'm floundering around, so I'm not sure what direction to go in.
Okay. Well, let's see. Do you have a mum in spirit, Betty?
What's that?
Is your mum passed? Is your mum
She
in
lives
spirit?
in Georgia. Yeah,
No,
she lives in
she's still
Georgia.
here. Okay, no. I have
Yeah.
a mother figure trying to come through for you, my love. So do you have a mother-in-law or somebody that you would class as a mum in spirit for you?
Oh yeah. She's in Georgia too. Her name's Bernadette. She's the
No,
one that's pretty much taught me about
no,
life.
no. I want to say, have you got anybody that has passed, not in Georgia, that's passed in spirit, so not in this world, is what I want to say to you. I've got somebody coming through and they're telling me I'm on your dad's side. So I have got a lady coming through as a mum figure for you on your dad's side.
Well, it'd probably be my Aunt Betty. I was named after her.
Perfect.
She's
That's
passed.
perfect because I'm like, no, she's going, no. Mum's side. Okay, fine. Well, Betty's here for you. I have to say she's been around you a lot. I don't know if you feel her, Betty, but she certainly has been around you an awful lot recently. What I do feel is, I know you said you're floundering around, but I do feel you've had quite a lot of trials and tribulations in getting where you are today. You've had quite a lot of setbacks actually just getting there.
Yeah, yes.
You know, it's like you were going to move or not going to move. This went wrong, that went wrong. So we've certainly had some. Okay, well, your cards and that look good, and she tells me, and actually your cards tell me as well that it is um, almost like they've been re-energizing you for your next phase. Financially, things are going to be better for you. So if you've had some issues financially, there's going to be a lot more stability for you coming up. You've also got legal documents around you. So have you actually moved, or you just about to move?
No, I've moved. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have legal documents around you. You're not looking to work or anything like that, are you?
No, I've just gotten some work, but I'm not sure. I, I'm I'm almost to the point of getting my Social Security, and I'm at an age to where I can't continue to do the jobs I'm doing.
Okay. Well, financially, that's all going to come good for you. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So if you're doing documents at the moment, which they will be legal documents, even for your Social Security, even within the next 6, 8 weeks, that will be good news for you. So what I want to ask you, though, is I don't feel that you want to certainly hang up your boots totally, for want of a better way of putting it. In other words, I still feel like you want to do something in the world. And I wondered if you want to do something a bit more spiritually, like helping somebody, not necessarily what I do, but certainly on a healing and helping way. Are you interested in doing something?
Oh yeah. I did counseling for 13 years, and then I've gotten out of that the last 5 years. So I'm 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 a giving person.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to say to you. There will be a spirit will almost visit you, but I want to put it in a better way. You'll get an intuition of something that you can do to help both you and the community. This won't be more than a day or two a week. So I'm not talking about you having to do, lots and lots of hours. I feel that you'll be able to work. I'm going to say 1.5 to 2 days a week. They say that it will just make you feel better as well. Your aunt misses you very much. I don't know. She just wants to say how much she misses you. And particularly your laughter. She talks about when you were young.
Oh yes. I was raised here, born in Germany, but I went through high school here, but I haven't been here in 35 years. So.
Okay, all right. She just talks about particularly she misses those things. So something is going to be coming to you, Betty. I don't know. It could be along the lines of counselling, but not exactly that. It could be just giving advice on maybe a helpline or something for somebody. I do think it's something you're going to do at home. I don't think we're going to physically go to work. And I felt that you could work the time around you. But you've got all lovely changes. And if you have been floundering around, things are certainly going to fall into place in the very, very near future, and certainly before the end of 22. So things are moving in a very good direction. The other thing she talks about is having been let down quite a bit, Betty.
Yes. Yeah, I did. A few
So what she says
relationships.
is you
Yeah,
have,
I'm just.
yeah. I don't want to write your relationship situation off totally, but I do think it's a time for you to kind of be you, which is kind of leading on from what I was saying in my intro of my station of the my show today, was that we need time to sometimes find ourselves, and we need to take a proper break. Now, obviously, you've moved, so that's a massive thing.
Yeah.
But we sometimes just need to take a break or what from the norm. And I'm saying, don't answer the emails, don't answer your phone unless it's obviously a friend or something like that. But just step away from that, which is I think what's happened, and that's why she was talking about for you, which is why I think she's talking about the energy. But I have to say, I think something's going to be given to you. I can see you doing something a day and a half a week. I don't know if you're in your final home. I feel it's a bit of a temporary move that you've moved into. Not that it's not adequate,
Yeah.
but I felt as if it's maybe not the house of your dreams or the place of your dreams. So
Right.
I'm going
Right.
to say, I still think, does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because you've got more change coming there, but you will certainly come to somewhere within the next, 6 to 8 months to say, this is it. I'm absolutely love where I am. I'm totally settled. And I'm seeing you putting your bags down. That means that I'm staying and I'm not going anywhere. Excuse me, I'm just going to get a drink of water. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
okay, so it's all good
I've
in
just
that.
had a lot of PTSD from coming back here.
Really? Oh, bless you. Well, I think
Yeah.
it's all going to settle. You have the Emperor, which is all about control. And it is about now that you will start to feel like you're getting in control of your life rather than life getting in control of you. But it will come by little messages and by little opportunities. I want you to understand, Betty, they haven't forgotten about you, but I do feel like you think that they've almost thought, oh my God, have they forgotten about me? Everything I do seems to turn to dust. They haven't, but I do feel that the relationships that you have been in and possibly where you were living as well just was not right for you. So to make the move is actually giving you more opportunities in much more ways than one. Also spiritually can give to you better.
Yes, that makes sense. Definitely.
Good. Okay. Well, they're definitely on your side. So please don't think that they've left you out of the I sometimes say I think that the lottery balls, all of mine are pulled out before they've even started the thing, so that my numbers aren't in there. But what I'm trying to say to you is, I'm only joking. But what I'm trying to say is that they haven't forgotten about you. But I do feel that the relationships that you've been in have almost stopped them helping you because you were certainly not in the right place with the right people. But overall,
Right.
it all looks good. Yeah. Can I ask you, do you have an ex that's still around?
Oh, like an ex-husband?
Yeah, or an ex relationship it's still may pop his head up now and again.
No, well, my ex-husband and my son are here, but that was not a. It's a kind of a dangerous relationship, so I'm not involved in that. I just decided not to.
And that's exactly where I am.
Engage
because
in
there will be some. Yeah, there will be something that will reoccur. And what I will say is, you make a major decision. You're not going to get involved with that, but you're not going to get involved with anything ever again.
Yeah.
Okay. And and
Yeah.
that's exactly the right thing to do. So don't start worrying as a mum, should I be doing this? Should I be? No, this is about you looking after you, Betty. And you definitely do not need to get involved in that situation ever again.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm going to leave all their love with you, and particularly Betty, who's been lovely to work with, and desperately wanted to come through and say hello to you because she loved you very much. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Look after you, my love. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right. I have another caller. I can't remember their name because it flashed up on April. Sorry, it's April. I don't know where you're from, but April. Let me speak to you, and we can figure the rest out in a minute. Hi, April.
Hi.
Hi, April. Hello. How are you? You're through to Lesley.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you?
I've just had a lot of passing in my life and recently, and just want to make
Okay.
sense of it all.
Okay. Can I ask you, did you have three very close and then a fourth one?
Yes.
Okay, because I've got three very close, which maybe is family or very close, and then a fourth one who wasn't so close, but it was still, I believe, unexpected. Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, mum and dad are both passed, are they?
No.
Okay, I've got mum and dad, so I can't quite get. It's got to be on that level for me, mum dad level. Do you have a father-in-law in spirit, mother-in-law in spirit?
My grandparents. My grandparents have passed.
Okay. Were you like really close to them, like mum and dad? I know it sounds silly, but they keep coming through as a mum and dad for me.
No.
Okay, then I'm not. I've got to understand what's going on here because I'm getting there's a mum and dad figure for you in spirit. So it's either an aunt, uncle, somebody that would be slightly older than you on that level.
My brother.
Is he older than you?
Yep.
Would he think he could boss you around like a dad? Don't mean to be funny, but I'm just trying to.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Not perfect, but I knew I had somebody that was coming through like a dad. Okay. When did he recent person?
2020.
Okay. What was wrong with my throat and my chest with him?
He couldn't breathe.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So he's not fine, but you get what I'm saying. He's just coming through.
Yeah.
I also, for some unknown reason, have pain in running up my arms with him, in my wrists and everything else. What did he pass with?
My brother or the recent?
Yeah. Your brother.
It was an overdose.
Ah, okay. Well, I can tell you he had a lot of pain running throughout his body. I don't know what he took. I don't need to know what he took. He does keep saying the word sorry. Sorry, I did this. Sorry, I did this. He tells me he was all over the place before he passed. Can you validate this, April?
Yes.
Okay, because he's saying I was all over the place, and that I don't think he meant to do this.
No.
I feel it may have been an overdose, but I don't think he intended to do this.
No, he didn't.
Okay, that's fine. All right. That's okay. I just want to make sure what I'm getting is correct because I sit here and they talk to me and I'm like, okay, so that's fine. So who was it you wanted to bring through? Who was it you wanted me to bring through for you? Because your brother has stepped forward first. You obviously had some more recent passings. Was it about bringing somebody through or was it about just generally where you're going and what you're doing?
It was my brothers who I wanted brought through.
Oh, perfect. So he stepped forward. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with that. I actually think your brother was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's got a great sense of humor. And he's like dancing around. So I don't know how old he was when he passed April. I can't see you, but I would say that he was certainly a fun loving guy, particularly when he was younger. I felt that this was definitely a mistake. As I said to you, this wasn't something that he intended to do. And I feel that he feels he was robbed of life. So again, this was a mistake. So when people do it deliberately, they kind of make a decision, but that's not where I am with him. He feels he was robbed of life. So I don't know if he didn't understand the medication or what he was taking.
Somebody was charged with his death.
Ah, okay. You understand then? Sorry, love. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Because he's saying I was robbed of his life. But I don't feel like that has been properly resolved since he passed.
Uh,
He feels they got off
so.
lightly. Okay. Well, he feels they got off lightly considering what was done.
Yes.
Is the word
Yeah.
he uses. Okay. Obviously, that's not something that you or I can resolve, but he does say that he understands that I know that you have tried, and this could be a general family thing. People have tried to get this resolved and really carry it through. But I'm never sure we're going to quite get what was owed, really. And what he wants you to know is that he wants you now to be able to move on because we've got to let it go. Like,
okay.
nothing we do can bring him back, which would be obviously the greatest solution. But
yeah,
I gotta say something really weird to you. Do you know if they injected him with something?
say that again.
Do you know if he got injected with something? I don't know. Injected.
Yes.
They injected him with something. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, not perfect. But I felt like I was being injected with something. And I felt at that point things were out of control. Look, little sis, I have to say, he's kind of there for you. He was I don't know the circumstances other than what he's showing me, which is the way he passed. I felt like we still only have half the story and half the information. So for me, there is still some cover-ups going on there. But what he wants you to know is that he's fine, and he needs everybody to know, mum, dad, and everybody else to know that he's absolutely fine, and that he's being well looked after his spirit, probably by your gran and granddad, which is why he's maybe come through with the mum and dad to start with. But I will say that, he's pleased you've finally done this. You must have been thinking about doing this for a while.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay. Well, he says, I'm pleased you've finally done it because he's been waiting to speak to you. So what happens in spirit is they go, oh, they're going to come and speak to me. And it's like, oh, no, they're not going to come and speak to me. Oh, they're going to come and speak to me. So bless him. He's been probably at least 5 to 6 times, he tells me, that you've thought about it and he's been ready to come and connect with you. But obviously didn't have the opportunity to do that. But don't worry, he's still going to be looking after you. He taps you on your head as if to say, I'm still there for you. But please make sure you look after yourself. And he does actually show that actually since he's passed April, I don't think you have been looking after yourself very well.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. And do you smoke, love?
Yes, I do.
He wants you to put the cigarettes out. You do whatever you like with that. I'm just passing on the message. But he would like you to put the cigarettes out. Now, that's possibly because you're smoking too much, or, obviously we know cigarettes aren't good for us. But anyway, I don't know. There's a message there to put the cigarettes out. And he does also say to do it now. So I don't know if it's something you've been thinking about doing or considering doing, but it's just a funny message that he says, and do it now. You haven't had any health issues or anything to give you a warning? No? Okay. Well, I don't know why, but he wants you to do that. My lovely little girl, do you have a little girl or did he have a little girl?
No, I have a little girl.
Yeah. Okay, because he just takes me to the little girl. She's very much like you, he tells me.
Yes.
Very much like you. And he says he connects around her a lot. He makes her laugh, so she has a good sense of humour. I don't know how old she is. He shows her as little. She could be 21. She could be older for me. I don't know because it's just younger than him. But he says he will always take care of her for you.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Yeah, that's good to know.
Is there anything you wanted me to ask him? Or, I mean, I can try. Or was there anything else you wanted me to focus on? Are you in a breakup of a relationship, by the way?
I'm in a rocky marriage.
Yeah, I tell you something. He shows me the ring coming off your finger. It's as if you're twiddling with your wedding ring. as if to say sometimes it's coming off, sometimes it's on, sometimes it's coming off. And he does say you need to make a decision in the next sort of 5 to 6 months, really, about where you're going and what you're doing with that.
Yeah, that's been an issue too.
Yeah. Okay. And can I ask you, does either your husband or you drink too much?
Oh, my husband, yes.
Yeah. He tells me there's an alcohol issue. So this needs to be resolved if your relationship is going to continue. And I will say to you that I feel that he's saying it has to be like a final thing of the sword to say, this is it. We're not going to muck around anymore. It's either got to do it or you probably need to walk away from the situation.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
That's probably not what you expected from your reading today, but I always believe people get what they need, not necessarily what they think they want. So, but your brother was lovely, and know that he's okay in spirit, but there certainly wasn't an intentional overdose on his behalf, and and he loves you very much.
Well, thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I'll leave his love with you, okay?
Okay.
Look after you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So that's me just about finished. If you want to connect with me, I'm Lesley Carver, psychicmedium.com. You can do that on the web. Or if you prefer Facebook, it's Lesley Carver, Psychic Medium. There, I will come up on there, and also on Instagram as well. It's been lovely for you to share your time with me this evening. I hope you have a lovely weekend and look forward to seeing you all next week for another week of adventures and new beginnings. And I wish you all the best. Bye for now.